What's up, guys? Zach here with Boosted Organics. So today I'm going to be talking about my colonization chamber or my incubation room, right? So basically, we have right here, I have a filtered air going into a 4-inch fan that is flowing into my still air box lab, okay? That will be in a later video, but that's right there. So this is where I house all of my tinctures. That's where I have all my cleaning supplies. Go around here. That is the door to go back into my house. Okay, and right here is where I house all of my substrate blocks. So I can have about 12, 12, and 12. Right now, we're doing about 36 blocks a week. And I could do maybe 4 times that amount, but we've actually cut down because we're going through a period of expansion. Okay, and what this means for the business is we are focused more on medicinal mushrooms at the moment, and we're not actually selling gourmet restaurants or farmers market or anything. We've cut that out for the time being, and we are looking at a facility to move into. So we are trying to make a deal with the owner, and here in maybe a month or two, we're going to actually move from here into there. I'm still going to live here, but everything's going to be out of my house. I never wanted it to be in my house. We're busting at the seams pretty much, right? So this business has taken a huge leap from a closet 4 years ago all the way to an attic, and then we moved again. So a closet to an attic to 1 room, now to 2 rooms. And this room right here is a 14 by 14. So if that gives you any idea about the space that I'm working in, my colonization room is half lab, half colonization. Okay, so that is why I have a still air box just basically made out of PVC and plastic, okay, and duct tape. This is how I separate the lab from colonization in 1 room. So I've been having a lot of issue like controlling the temperature. So this is the temperature probe for this room. The temperature controller is right behind me, the green. So I try to keep it about 75 in colonization out here where my blocks are at. And then inside my lab with conditioned air right there being filtered and shoved into the lab, which later is filtered by HEPA. It's so hard to control 2 different temperatures in the same room, okay? So it gets ridiculous. And then also I have to control the temperature in there, which right now it's 65 degrees inside my grow room, which is another 14 by 14 room. This tent is a 10 by 10, okay? It barely fits in there with room for me to walk around and kind of maintenance things around it, right? It's kind of like storage that I have set up around the tent. So anyway, I can house all my cleaning supplies in here, all my tinctures, and my dried mushrooms and everything of that sort. And that's the reason I have them inside of this cabinet, is to keep them away from all of the light, because I know that degrades the medicinal compounds. And none of the jars that I have them in being extracted currently are tinted. So I have to keep them in complete darkness for it to be a potent product. So that's the reason I have them set apart over there. And then we have our 36 blocks, with 35 is what I do every week. So 35 blocks, all my tinctures, and then my controllers. So humidity, temperature. Temperatures for this room. Here's the probe, right? If I can reach it there. So that controls temperature in here. This controls the humidity inside of the grow tent. And then this also has temperature and humidity readings on it. So it's 66 degrees inside the tent and it's 96% humidity. And now if you go over here, 96% humidity. So they're pretty much calibrated right on the dot. So anyway, I have 2 fans set up to this, one of them being my intake fan. Here, if I can, no, it won't let me. So if you can see that right there, that is basically, I have an 8-inch fan with the 8-inch hose on it, right? And then you go down to a filter, it's standing on a box. So that's a pretty big filter. And I have that set up to where it drops right down inside on the top of the tent right there. And you guys seen it in my grow room cleaning video. You seen where it comes in. So this is the setup, guys. I don't really like being in my house. Number one is it's so compact and tight, I can barely get around. I need to get all of this out of my house into a facility. We are currently working on that. And the only thing that's holding me back was a 9-to-5 job. I've walked away from that, so I have all of this time on my hands to clean, to prep, to organize, to do more business related activities. And so we're going through a little bit of growth pains right now, but I do not plan to be growing this way in much longer at all, right? So this has been a 4-year process for me for growing this business, and now it's to a point to where we are selling enough mushrooms and supplements, products, that I am able to expand it. And whenever we get into a facility, at that point, it's probably going to quadruple my capacity. At the bare minimum, it's going to quadruple. So we'll probably have another tent, and then I'll do medicinal mushrooms in one tent, and then gourmet in another tent. And then at that point, we can kind of delve into getting chaga, getting cordyceps. Those tinctures will go up on the website. We just did reishi, and that'll be up on the website in about 6 weeks. So at that point, my channel will be more about the business side of things and actually commercially growing and stuff like that. More business related content instead of like how-to stuff. So right now, I do teach people how to start growing mushrooms. But since we are leveling up, and then within a year, because like once I get into this contract, I'm going to sign a contract for a year to rent a facility. And then once that contract is over, I'm actually going to build my own facility, right? And then I'm probably going to quadruple my capacity again. So if I'm producing, say 100 pounds a week, we're probably going to go up to 400 or 500 pounds a week at that point. So, but that's going to be in more than a year, right? It's going to take me that long to get there, right? You got to take step by step by step. You can't just take over the world, tomorrow. It's a process, and if you If you grow mushrooms, you know what I'm talking about. It is super hard in this industry to come up. But I've been doing this for 4 years, and it is finally paying off for me and my family. So right now, I'm teaching people how to start growing mushrooms at home for either health reasons, right? You wanna eat mushrooms and be more healthy with your diet and your fitness and stuff like that, or just a hobby. You want to grow and produce mushrooms because you're fascinated with it, and it's just kind of like something to do and it's something to pour yourself into. I have people coming from both directions, but in the future, once I can say, hey, I'm doing this so I can help you get there, then I'm going to kind of transition and pivot my content and my teaching into the more business related things. Okay, and right now, between $10,000 and $20,000 a month is where we are going to be at whenever we move into this facility. So right now, our production is not doing that amount of money, and that's because I've actually decreased my production, and we're just focusing on expansion and keeping our inventory of our supplements, right? Because we got tinctures, cultures, and mushroom jerky on the website. So right now we're focused on just keeping that alive and expanding the business. And at that point, like I said, my content is going to pivot a little bit, and then I will actually be able to offer another level. So like level 1 in my cultivation program, what I'm teaching people to do is start growing mushrooms. I teach you like how to build your own flow hood, or where to buy it, where to buy all the supplies. I give you sources. I teach people all the environmental conditions, light, temperature, humidity, and oxygen, like stuff like that. I just teach you mycology, but I have no degree, so don't take me for a professional or educated. I've literally just done all of this on my own. It started with YouTube. It started with the love of my mother. She suffers with the first stages of like dementia, Alzheimer's. So whenever I was getting into fitness hardcore, she was always like suffering with that, right? So I was like, I'm looking for supplements for me to feel better and to get more energy and all that stuff. And so I found lion's mane is what it boiled down to. I found lion's mane, reishi, cordyceps, and then I tried lion's mane, and I'm like, man, this is great. I need to produce this for myself. So that is how I got into mushrooms. The love of my mother and fitness, pretty much, right? Because I don't even like the taste of mushrooms. I'm getting used to it as I go, but it's always been something for me that's a little weird. So that's a fun fact. This must be my calling from the Lord or something, because I don't even really like the taste of mushrooms. Black Pearl King Trumpet is the only mushroom that I will consistently eat every day right now, and that is our mushroom jerky that we got on the website. So we got 5 different flavors of the mushroom jerky that we offer, and I'm continuously every grow cycle I am making more and more jerky. So that is a little bit of backstory about how I got into growing mushrooms. I literally was looking for supplementation on how to be more healthy or healthier, and for stuff for fitness. And then I came across lion's mane, and I tried it, and then I had my mother try it, and it kind of worked for her, kind of worked for me. So I'm like, I have to start growing mushrooms. And the very first mushrooms that I was successful in growing were lion's mane and some magic mushrooms. But as I've described or told you guys in another video, I immediately had to put the magic mushrooms down because the Lord called me to a higher place in this field of work. I'm a recovering addict, or an addict in recovery. I always try to say that I am a recovered addict because my identity is in Jesus Christ, right? I'm recovered. I'm not recovering, right? I'm never going to relapse again. If you say that, hey, I might, you're going to, right? But I'm never going back, you know? I have a family now, so it's just, I have no desire. He took that desire from me. And I was growing magic mushrooms and lion's mane and black pearl king trumpet. And in the beginning, years ago, one day I just had a glory bomb from the Lord, and it fell upon my heart that this stuff's wrong, man, and I can't be involved in it, you know? You need to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, is what the Bible says. So I'm not going to sit here and preach that everybody out there growing psychedelic mushrooms is wrong or you're going to hell. That's not what I'm saying. But for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And for me and my house, we will not grow psychedelic mushrooms. I get questions like this all the time. It is like 90% of people that want to learn how to grow, 90% of people that have questions, or just, I mean, you should look at my DMs. It would blow you away, the amount of people trying to create a drug empire with mushrooms. It's ridiculous sometimes, and it gets to me, but I just have to keep the faith and stand strong in what I believe in and where I'm going, because I will get there. And within the next year, I am going to raise this business to a level to where we're basically going to take over the whole Tri-County area, and I am going to make a full-time income just with fresh mushrooms. That doesn't include microgreens, which I'm designing a cultivation operation for that right now too. It's on the to-do list, but I haven't got around to it. So we're going to get into microgreens, and we also have products on the website, and then fresh mushrooms. And I have a coaching program that we teach people how to grow mushrooms, how to start. Like, whenever I was growing mushrooms, I had no one to teach me this stuff. I would have paid thousands of dollars just to sit down with somebody, online or in person, it didn't matter. I would have paid thousands to be able to learn all of this stuff that I'm teaching people now in 90 days or less, and have your first harvest. Man, dude, if that was around whenever I first got into this, I would have gave all my money away for it, because I would have been where I needed to be in 3 months instead of 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's the value that I bring people that really matters. You're not paying for a course when you come to me and learn how to grow mushrooms. Start up your own little operation. Whether you want to go to business and like commercially grow, or you just want to grow for hobby and health reasons, I help you do that in 90 days or less. You will have your first harvest of mushrooms. And trust me, it is going to cost you some money to come learn from me, but I do not charge an outrageous amount. So if you guys are looking for someone to teach you on how to start your own operation, whether it be commercial or just for hobby, you can hit me up in comments, in the messages. whatever, go over to Instagram and you can follow us over there. We do a lot of short form content. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, you know, hit me in the comments, the DMs, whatever you want, I will help you, but just know that I don't give everything away for free, right? Because it took me 4 years, like working my butt off to learn this and to actually fail and fail and fail to finally get things right. You know what I'm saying? And we're not a $1 million company, but I am to a point to where I can speak on this stuff because I've been through it and we've actually overcome most of the obstacles in this business, right? The thing that I'm dealing with the most right now is expansion, growth pains. And once I get into another facility, we're going to have a lot more content, a lot more stuff to talk about. But right now, if you guys have any questions, whatever you want to know, ask me and I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? And if it gets into some deep stuff, then you know, maybe we can talk about you guys joining the program, because we do have a few spots available right now. So yeah, so that's the colonization chamber, and that's what we're working with right now. So don't hit me too hard in the comments, guys. You know, I know this is a small operation right now, but we are expanding it, and we're basically taking over the whole city down here in Western Kentucky, where we're at. Boosted Organics is taking over, baby. So I'll talk at you later, guys. Peace.